Welcome to the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. As you can see on my screen, this is a checklist for Canadian job, work permit, and permanent residency visa within 6 months. So I want you to understand that as you make this process, I want you to constantly go back to this checklist because this is definitely going to be your go-to as you make your progress. And also I stated on there that it's downloadable, meaning that you can download it so that you can keep it handy if you want to come back to this screen. And you know what I mean? If you really want to come back once in a while to see, okay, yes, I've done my IELTS result, I have it handy, then you check off. Or you have it printable as in download, so it's a lot easier for you to check it off. So in this checklist, I'm going to walk you guys through on how to get your IELTS result. That is, if you don't have any already, and the target score should be 4 and above. I'm going to walk you guys through on the process on each one: listening, reading, writing, and communication on the exact score you need to get on each one. Then after that, this is for people who do not already have their IELTS result. Then number 2 would be to secure your educational credential assessment. What this is all about is, based on the country where you're applying from, you need to assess your credential, or depending on what degree you have, your WAEC, your degree, you need to assess it to the Canadian standard. And for you to be able to do this, I'm going to walk you guys on how to do it using a website recognized called west.org. And this is also going to be in this package, in this blueprint, so that anytime you're done, you can still refer back and do it yourself and get the structure and everything going, right? So if you have the first 2, you're good to go. But if you have the first 2, the next step is step number 3, secure a job from an employer. But if you don't have the first 2, I would really advise that once you apply for a job, you start the process of securing your IELTS and your WAS, as in getting your educational credential assessment done, right? So the number 3 would be to secure a job from an employer. I'm going to walk you guys through on all the processes, how to apply for a job and how to compare it to make sure it falls within the criteria of everything these provinces and the government are looking for, right? Then number 4 would be to secure a settlement plan from a provider. I'm also going to walk you guys through on how to do this. Number 5 would be send your settlement plan to your employer. So once you get your settlement plan, you forward it to your employer. And then if your employer gets that settlement plan, which is now the number 6, your employer will now send your settlement plan and your job offer to the province for endorsement. This is pretty much similar to what I did as a student, because when I came, after I graduated and I got a job, and I had to apply for a permanent residency, so I sent everything to the province. The province had to get back to me, and I used the letter of endorsement that they gave me to apply for my permanent residency, right? This is similar. The only difference here is this is like a work route. Mine was this study route. So pretty similar process, right? So once that happens and you receive your proof of endorsement from the province, depending on what your employer wants, some employers might want you to start right away. So if they want you to start right away, the next option would be to get a temporary work permit. I'm also going to walk you guys on how to do that. And then if your employer isn't eager for you to get started, then the next step would be to apply for your permanent residency. And I will also walk you guys on how to do that. Then finally, you relocate to Canada and start a new life. And also there is an extra bonus of a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to include in all this package, which is tips on what to do and what not to do when you come into Canada, because this is one of the trickiest things that happen in a foreign country. Most people come in, it happened to me. Most people come in and you get all these flashy things. Oh, you buy a fancy house and a fancy car, and you don't really know anything about your credit score, and you just want to like drive a flashy car and live in a big house without really knowing that all these things you pay for it, and it keeps you in the working mood. What I mean by working mood is you keep working and working and working. So this is what I want you to constantly go back to make sure that you are on the right track. Check as you go along, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, let's dive in.